Welcome back to the Hitting the Turnbuckle podcast, NWA 78. Just not long away, a few short weeks away. And I have to admit, with my guest, first things first, Miss Fiona Lochran is unwell, so she won't be joining us this evening. She was going to be my bodyguard because I'm in a bit of trouble with the guest. Because, full disclosure, everybody, when I announced that our guest was coming on, I forgot the most important part of her name in the thumbnail. It is the holder of the belt, the World Women's Champion. It's La Princesa. I've got it now, Tiffany Nieves. Hi, Tiffany. Welcome to the show.
You are not only just such a pickle to look at. I've got to really point out you've already done this wrong. One second.
Okay.
Let me talk with Greta.
Uh-oh.
One second, one second. Greta. Yeah. Are you watching? Greta has a live connection to this. Yeah, I know. I thought you told me this would be fixed. This is a little embarrassing. Okay, Miss Samantha. Yeah, let Miss Samantha Starno never again. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you forgot to introduce me as a Grand Slam champion, and they told me they actually clarified that with you. So, what's your issue? Adam, you have been harassing me for now maybe 2.5 years, and I've done my homework just as you should. And in one of your interviews, you said in the last 8 months, La Princesa Tiffany Nieves has really taken over NWA. You're wrong. I have been with the National Wrestling Alliance for over 2 years. And the second I signed that deal, I took over the National Wrestling Alliance. So I have a bone to pick with you. What in the last 8 months stood out to you? Was it just like everyone else when I became TV's most attracted? You wanted to sign up and be a part of my success story? There's a reason I ignored you. There's a reason Miss Fiona's not here, whatever you want to call her. The truth is, people love me so much they hate me, and you have just committed a hate crime. Do you feel good about yourself? Did you want an opportunity? Did you write me for months just to try to humiliate me?
No. What I did say, and maybe you.
Ah, ah, doesn't matter. You said no. So I am very giving. I'm going to give you one more chance to include two things that should mean the most to everyone in the world, even in the UK. So go ahead.
The Grand Slam champion of the NWA, the head of TV's most attractive, and of course, more importantly, right now, the World Women's Champion, La Princesa Tiffany Nieves. Is that better for you?
Yes, that's not better, but it's in fact bueno.
Perfect. I'm glad we got that out of the way. But let me clarify what I said when I said about the last 8 months. I wasn't 8 months. What I said was the last 18 months. I said that Tiffany,
18.
yeah, 18.
Okay. That
Okay, so
makes sense.
right now,
18 months. Still wrong,
and what
but
what I will clarify also is what I said was that you were the MVP of the NWA. But I also said, and what I said to the giant Greta was that Tiffany Neves in the last 18 months was the MVP, and perhaps the NWA didn't give her flowers because she was being wrongfully overshadowed by the Page sisters. That's what I said. That was my clarification.
okay, now you're giving the Page sisters too much credit. Relax. I was never, no one can overshadow me, not even Greta's shadow itself.
Well, that's a pretty big shadow, to be fair. That is
Yeah,
a.
it can be. It can absolutely be.
But first things first, we haven't spoken before, so congratulations on that behind you, the World Women's Championship, the Burke, the holder of the Prestige Burke Championship, which you have right
Since it's
there.
been around, let's see if you know, since what year has this title been
Oh,
around?
that's where Fiona would come in. See, I've only been watching NWA for like 3 years.
We
So,
hate you, and you're the reason. But you know what? We'll give you another opportunity. So, NWA 78 is coming up. You
it
minus
is.
2026 from 78. Let's see if you're good at math.
Ah, 78. So 80 years.
1948. Okay, I do
Okay,
numbers for a living.
there we go. 1948. I was
1948.
There you go. And there it is in the hands of La Princesa. But look, NWA 78 Tiffany is coming around. Now, obviously, your opponent is TBC at this time. We don't know who it is yet. However, a return to the NWA from a current superstar in the WWE is coming, and that's Natty Neidhart. Now, last time I think she fought Kenzie, and she was a champion at the time. So, is it the time for Natty to step in there with La Princesa for that gold?
I'm going to make this very clear. And hopefully, I don't need to repeat myself. I've always made it known to everyone who's asked me that it is my full responsibility. I want to be the first ever woman in history to represent the National Wrestling Alliance in waters we've yet to cross. And if I'm specific, let me say I would like to bring my title over to the WWE. I want to know who has cojones bigger than Natalia's breast to go ahead and invite me over. I'm not shocked. The National Wrestling Alliance is not scared of anything. The National Wrestling Alliance is willing to do business and lay out anyone's grave. We invite everyone from any company, from any world. But the thing is, the door doesn't revolve the same. People are so terrified. We've truly been so prestigious since 1948. So of
Yeah.
course Natty got the invite. Of course Natty and I got the invite. We're not scared. We weren't scared the first time. We sure as hell aren't scared now. Especially with TV's most attractive being numero uno. We're now on cable television and we're even available for playback on streaming, Tubi. There's not a reason for anyone to miss this second coming now. My question is, and not just to her, is she going to step up and not be afraid to lose to La Princesa, Tiffany Nieves? Because that's the true problem. Every single person right now is terrified to lose to La Princesa, Tiffany Nieves. Miss Samantha Starr nearly needed to dig in the grave to find a half alive woman to face me. And guess who came out with that little doll still alive? I did. I have a voodoo doll. I look at her. I pray to her. It's hilarious. The point is, who is not afraid to lose to La Princesa Tiffany Nieves? And I will give you a teaser. The one person that is not afraid to lose to me, let alone risk her life to go against me, is the crush Natalia Markova.
And she's been you've kind of been a thorn in her side. She's been a thorn in your side for some period of time.
One thing Markova is not is a coward. And
No.
I'm not ready to face any coward for this championship title. So that means we have to wait another 60 days till we find out who I face. I've got the time. I've got the time.
Well, we'll find out who has got the cojones, shall we say, to step up to that.
Yes.
Yes, um, I've already got in trouble with you, so now I'm going to say what's been said online, and it's not me. So before you even say, so when you won the Women's World Champions, the World Women's Championship, there was
World's Women's
Women's
Championship.
Championship, yeah. There was people online that basically said that championship should have been Greta's and not yours. What do you say to that?
I'm not surprised. If you don't think I have thought maybe even Greta wanted herself, you don't think Miss Samantha Starr wants it, you don't think Miss Giselle Shaw wants it, you don't think Kenzie Page doesn't want it. If I didn't have something everyone wanted or desired, I wouldn't have it. Because I have it, it is now desirable.
That's very true. That is very
So
true.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
You mentioned a minute ago about NWA on television and streaming. So recently with Comet TV, and now it
Hmm.
come out last weekend that we're now going to be streaming on Tubi. I spoke to Silas about this, and we're saying about you've gone to Comet, the ratings have gone crazy, which has been there for everyone to see. You've been to now you're onto Tubi. There's this such bigger spectrum now for the NWA from like people like us in the UK that was struggling to watch it a little bit over the last year or so, and now it's now at our fingertips. How much of that do you credit the champions for those ratings and those
I
deals?
don't know what anyone else is going to say, but Silas, his mama, his baby mama, mama, cousin, brother, country gentleman's wife, non-wife, everyone in the National Wrestling Alliance should personally send me an email. I get emails weekly from the network thanking me for being a part of the 0.000000000000001%.
Fair. That is
I
fair.
was literally begged. I was
Well,
begged to be a part of this. What you're witnessing, access to your fingertips.
Hmm.
First of all, NWA has always been accessible to the fingertips. It is now people want to access it at their fingertips. And it is because after so much begging, right, I wanted to give people a slice of what it's like being the 1%. Whether it's my matches are 10 minutes, 6 minutes, 5 minutes, I'm giving people the opportunity to believe in something. Do you think a gun is put to my head and I have to defend this title or let alone fight for the world to see? Absolutely not. Most of my battles people will never know about because I don't need the attention. But the truth is, and it's simple as it is, when people speak negative about me, doubt me, well, I just get prettier, I get richer, I get smarter, and I get stronger. So why would I miss my calling and opportunity? And the only place that I felt was smart enough to capitalize on La Princesa on TV's most attractive was obviously the National Wrestling Alliance. They have the experience and they have been around, let I say, since 1948. So I don't go around saying, oh, well, it is my credit. It's just obvious. I became the champion, the Burke Invitational winner first. I became the champion. Before that, I was on my journey of becoming the Grand Slam champion. Of course, these numbers match the numbers TV's most attractive, TV's longest rating television champion as well. Of course, of course. But I don't need my thank yous. I don't need them at all. If I need I wouldn't be where I'm at.
Yeah, very, very true. And everyone should be thanking you as well. Especially the NWA should be as well
They
for
can
the.
thank me, or right, they can become bitter, stay at home, and never get better. I suggest everyone follow my lead and watch me very closely.
I think so. I think people should be watching you if they're not already. But in that
I'm
division,
almost sure I am the quickest Grand Slam champion of history. I mean, I did the math, and maybe some people's stories are a little different. They got the titles, and from when they got the titles, doesn't matter. I have been the shortest time in NWA and the quickest time retain those titles. I'm always about working smarter, not harder. Less is more.
it is. It certainly is. You spoke about the women's division in the NWA, and I feel as if that's gone a bit of a had a bit of a refresh recently. We've seen a lot of new intakes. Livia being one of them. She's had quite a few championship opportunities already. We had your opponent last week who tried to curse you or do whatever she tried to do.
What a weirdo.
I know that was a bit of a
She's
strange.
half alive. I can't blame her.
Well, very, very true. But the women's division seems to be getting stronger and stronger and stronger now. Obviously, you're at the top of that tree. But how do you see the women's division in the NWA now?
The women's division is no longer looking for claps, thank yous, or permission. They're taking note from me. Before I became this Grand Slam champion, everyone division was hungry for attention, hungry for opportunity, waiting for thank yous. Now that they see a true champion who takes what she wants, doesn't wait for it, whether you want to accuse me of lying, stealing, or cheating, I think I was resourceful and did everything possible. Now the girls want to be resourceful. Now the girls want to smarten up. Iron sharpens iron. So I'm doing exactly what my purpose and destiny has been called to do. Without words, without physical action, just simply being me has made the entire environment hungry. It's like a Shark Tank right now at the National Wrestling Alliance, and we want blood and we want all of it.
Does it make you feel like, because you said about the Shark Tank and you're kind of the hunted now, right? You were the hunter or
I've
the
always been
huntress.
the hunted since I was born, Adam. Do your research. I'm a girl from the Bronx, New York. Before I could read, I could fight. Do you know that? And before I even graduated high school, I kicked cancer's ass, okay? I could do it again. There's nothing I'm scared of. I am not, I want to live with that. I want people to know there's nothing they can do to stop me.
Well, we'll see if anyone steps up to that plate in a few weeks' time. NWA 78 for certain. I do want you mention the crush, Natalia Markova. Is
Ah,
that
I knew this was coming.
is that is that over between you two? Will it ever be
What do
over?
you mean, is it over? I literally said, Adam, use your ears. I know you don't have hair, but that doesn't have nothing to do with your ears. Simply listen and listen up. I don't want to say it again. I like to be clear. Precise. Markova is the only one with cojones bigger than her breasts to want to face me. She's the only non-coward. Of course it's not over. This woman nearly risked her life. Do you understand? She is the
Yep.
true criminal. You want to know what happened? We created history together. And I couldn't do it without her. She couldn't do it without me, right? Someone needed to want something, right? And how do you create history, right? Without a title being involved. Both of us were not champions at the time. Yeah, we had something in us that everyone wanted. It was desire to be the best. But simply I'm the best at everything. You want to know, we competed in a steel cage match, the first ever in women's history in the state of Alabama. We did that. What was disgusting of her was I could have won that match. This woman climbed all the way to the top of the cage. And if you know how tall that is more than any skyscraper in Alabama, okay? It is so high. There was 2 seconds there. I saw this one was crazy enough. She was willing to take her own life, which meant then, let's do the math. Markova jumps off the top of that cage. Nothing to stop her. Fatal incident. What's going to make the news? Natalia Markova, a hero, risked her life for the fans to show her strength while I'm the winner? She didn't care. She wanted to take my moment from me by causing her own death. If you ask me, that's criminal and that's selfish. Or if I didn't stop her from a catastrophe ending her life, which is what I did when she hit my face, all I did was take a second to realize, Tiffany, she can die right now or you can save her. And in that moment, she took advantage. And I saved her life. I saved her life. That day, Markova's life could have ended. And some may say it should have. And I may agree with that opinion. But you know what? Knock me down 9 times. I'll get up 11. Screw 10. I'll skip 10 and get right to 11. So the point is, Markova was selfish. She was willing to die and overlook. If I won that match, you think anyone would have cared at him if a life was spared?
Probably not.
No, they'd be planning Markova's freaking funeral, and I'd have to live with that forever. That's how selfish she is. She didn't want me to win that match so much she was gonna die to steal my moment.
Well,
Anywho, right? Oh, my phone's ringing. Greta's worried. I know it. It's okay. I'm in the mode right now. So what you need to know is, in that match, she was willing to die to steal my moment. Well, that doesn't go away. I'm still very upset about that. So I did what I needed and I took that title from her. And guess what? She's still not leaving me alone. She still seems to think that how I won my championship was unfair, that I was a coward. If you ask me, that took a lot of planning to do. I defeated 8 women, 7 other women in the Invitational Burke. She wants to overlook that? She would just be lucky, and I'll say this, mark my words, this might make sense to you. Who's to say I'd even be clear to compete when NWA 78 comes? I have been in such a mental, physical, wrenching conditions being the champion. Who's to say I'm even medically clear to compete?
guess we'll have to
If
find out.
people only knew what it took for me to show up at Hard Time 6 in Georgia, they wouldn't be clapping for Markova anymore.
We'll have to see when that airs about what.
Yeah, we'll just have to see, won't we?
We will. Uh, there was another bit that earlier on this year that maybe there was a slight distraction for La Princesa, which was Dr. Vic earlier this year. Have you heard from him
Oh
recently?
Lord, gross. All he does is send me flowers. It's pretty pathetic. He planned the worst birthday party a girl could ever see in her life, not even a 7-year-old. A blind 7-year-old would cry to her mommy.
Yeah.
It was so embarrassing. And then he had the nerve, another one, stealing my moment. It is my birthday. And this rude guy orders a ring that's not even my size, barely can even capture on camera, and has the nerve to steal my moment while I'm on my way to becoming the next, well, I am now, but the next world's women's champion asked me on his pathetic knees if I'd marry him. What is he, a sugar baby? What did he just want me for my opportunity and money? He should be embarrassed. We're in 2026 and we've got men trying to live off women. Can you believe that? Plan a whole disgusting birthday party, pervert. Asked me to marry him, pervert. All because he wants what I have. Pervert. Some say he even wanted Greta. Pervert. She's only 18 years old. And he's a doctor. Says who?
He may if it started with Greta, he may have ended up being choke slammed off the balcony at that place. So I don't he's he was probably shouldn't have gone anywhere near Greta to be quite honest for a lot of reasons, and that's
Right now, rumor has it he is now working the merch table at NWA. So where he belongs.
Oh, after losing to Silas, right? That was the he had his opportunity, didn't
Silas
he?
did what Silas had to do, and that's why he's champion as well. We have the best champions right now National Wrestling Alliance can have.
Other than the Kazanas, I agree. I have
I
to.
agree. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The Kazanders are weirdos, honestly. They're envious of me. I mean, I could wear anything and they're just so envious. They're so envious. We're not even in the same division, but sometimes I wonder if they are girls. They're crying all the time. All the time.
I think that stems from the father.
It could stem from the father because their mother Sandra's an amazing woman. I have a video of her. She's my biggest fan. She's wearing a Get It Got It Bueno shirt. She is a smart lady. She didn't raise boys to cry whether they're on a poster or not. How pathetic. You think
Okay.
people are going to come buy tickets to see them? Matter of fact, they're going to come buy tickets to see them get punched in the face by someone like me.
Yeah, I would like to see that. Maybe we should see that on Power in the
You
future.
couldn't pay me enough. But you know what? Thankfully, I don't know if you've learned, I don't do things based off money. I
No,
do things based off merit.
that's right. You certainly do. But you have also done some work at down. You was on the Exodus Pro Wrestling Champion as well back in the day when a little while
I've been
ago.
a champion of many things. You can
Yeah,
name Tom, Dick, Harry, ABC. What does it matter? Right now, I'm the National Wrestling Alliance Women's Champion.
you are indeed heading into the biggest paper or biggest show.
It's no figure. You want to ask me, do numbers rise when I go up? I can't tell you a place that's risen after I've left. There's many places after I became champion that just closed down, shut down, is done after I dropped the title. And that's just so unfortunate for them. It's the curse about Princesa. It's either forever or it's not at all. And I love the same way too.
Yeah, exactly that. And also, we're going back into, another one of those iconic arenas that NWA like to show. It was obviously at center stage for Hard Times. Now the 2300,
Mm-hmm.
which is like going back from one of my favorite promotions was ECW back in the day. So going back there as well as center stage, that's what I love about NWA. It is so nostalgic, and you go to those iconic arenas, and does it when you go in there? I know obviously that you're iconic, you're La Princesa, but when you go into those places as well, does it take you back to those years of the other wrestling being in there back in like the 70s, 80s, and 90s?
I really don't know how old you think I am, but it's definitely not as old as you. And while you were talking, I was getting so bored. I couldn't help because there's actually a beautiful mirror right behind me. And I really do love looking at myself, which reminds me when you're talking about these great stages, they have the best dressing rooms, best lighting, best lockers. And I feel like they always cater to me. So how could I complain? When we're on the road, you're right. We do go to the best arenas and they have great lighting and good mirrors, just like I do right now.
There we go. But NWA 78 comes your way very, very soon. NWALiveevents.com for your tickets. But Tiffany, before we go, last question. If you could choose anyone to face at NWA 78, who would you want to have the cojones to step in the ring with you at 78?
That answer is to be continued.
There you go. There you go, everybody. We'll find out who Tiffany Nieves faces at NWA 78 very, very soon on NWA television, which you can see live on Comet. It's on Saturday. It's 4 p.m. Eastern. It is 9 p.m. UK and 3 p.m. Central. Replays on Thursday, of course, on Tubi. But Tiffany, I hope you can forgive me. You probably won't, but I hope you can forgive me. And it's been fantastic seeing me. You're pointing.
Well, I have a message for all the viewers.
Go?
If you want to be anything like La Princesa, do not be a do nothing bitch. And that is it.
From Tiffany Nieves. I've been your host, Adam Cuz. You've been watching NWA
Wait, one
78.
more second. And then together we have to say, get it? Got it. But together. Ready, Adam?
Yeah.
I will
Ready?
say my first sentence and then I'll give you the look. It's not easy being TVMA, is it? Ready? Don't be a do nothing bitch. Get it? Got
All
it?
right.
Bueno.